the man who has touched many people's lives in his lifetime, and this was never so evident as when he passed away. People of all walked out of lives, came into the woodwork to honor him. Jack Larson was an educator, mentor, politician, advocate, and a loving family. The friendship and bonds he made through his life seemed countless. Anyone who met him or became involved with him and had invested interest felt the knowledgeness and caring that existed with him. In my case, it was first as a smile child, then later as a student in FFA. When I was 4 years old, I remember looking up at this very tall, slim peasant-looking cowboy. He shook my hand and introduced himself. I vaguely remember wanting to just follow him around wherever he went. Jack had an aura about himself that just made people want to be around him all the time. He laughed easily and cared for himself like he had all the time in the world. In reality, he accomplished more in one day than most people accomplish in a week. The influence that he had, not just in our little community, but statewide and even nationally, brought many challenges and improvements in the lives of our people of this generation. One of his desires we knew would not be around much longer in a statement he made: just keep helping people. I will carry this with me for my entire life. My mother always talks about Mr. Larson whenever the opportunity arises. She desires him, as I always remember, being a very nice, respectful man who was always willing to help anyone. This was especially true with the agriculture kids when they needed assistance or were just interested. Mr. Larson was rich in information. It would not be much of an exaggeration to say that he was walking, talking encyclopedia, not only in ag, but all related issues. At the beginning of 2023, Jack reached out to me regarding a competition in state talent at the state FFA convention. I had just started getting into singing, and I had sung national anthem a few times, various community events. He told me that he loved listening to me improve with my singing. He was a musician himself, and this meant a lot to me. Jack gave me a call on a weekday after school when I was in the ag shop. I wasn't really convinced at this point that I could do it, what he was asking me. But while he was on the phone, he grabbed a paper and pen and wrote down all of my information and filled out the application for me because he was heading up the contest and had been that way for many years. He was not taking no for an answer. Jack pushed me to do many things, and I did not believe that I could do. This gave me confidence, not just because he believed in me. I was also encouraged to show my animals in very possible venues, just to get the experience. I followed through with jackpots, and Jack was right there. I not only won money and prizes, but served me when I was showing my steer at the Eastern Montana Fair last year. I was one to the top earners, but most importantly, I felt confident in people telling me that it showed. Since I was 4 years old, I observed how Jack Larson treated people and paid attention to what he taught others what I could do. So he has been an influence for me for most of my life. I will miss Jack, and I will always keep that lesson that he has taught me. And I know our FFA chapter will do the same. Let's hear it for Jack.